fifth of those in 2019 before the pandemic took hold. Richard Kimber in Hong Kong.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks, looking in more detail today at the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. Governments around the world spent the weekend assessing the scale of the problem. The Biden administration insists it is not part of a wider panic that could impact other financial institutions, but it unveiled an emergency plan to shore up the ability of the bank's customers, many of them tech startups, to access their deposits. Adam Kobasi is editor-in-chief of the Kobasi Letter, an industry commentary on global capital markets.
It started really on Wednesday when fears arose that Silicon Valley Bank was facing some liquidity issues. And this was largely due to the fact that they took a lot of their deposits back when interest rates were lower and put them into longer term bonds. Since interest rates have been rising, bond prices fall. And this led to a liquidity issue that started to circulate rather quickly. And a bank run basically began on Thursday and Friday. Going to your question of is this 2008 or is this a different situation? The premise of the situation is a lot more based on human behavior and just panic than a collapse based on the mortgages and widespread debt in retail's hands.
President Biden, in a statement on Sunday, insisted that anyone who created what he called this mess will be held accountable. Governments in Europe and as far away as India took emergency action to try and keep the bank's clients whole. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
And a reminder now of the hour's top story. The world's global markets are in a volatile state, owing to the fallout from the second biggest bank collapse in American history. Banking shares around the world are under pressure as contagion fears spread, despite reassurances from the US government that the financial system is intact. And that's the latest world news from Feature Story News. I'm Nina Maria Potts reporting.
Calling all artists. KCHW loves to feature area musicians live on the radio. Come and perform live in the morning show and show off your talent. The KCHW Broadcast Center also features event space for your next concert, or take advantage of our audio and video recording gear for your next CD, YouTube video, or even a live webcast to the world. Studio recording and event center fees are nominal and support the Radio Guild. Call the Broadcast Center at 935-6627 or email info@kchw.org. Put yourself out there with a little help from your Northeast Washington Community Radio Guild and radio station, KCHW 102.7.
Good morning. Here we go. It's KCHW 102.7. It's a Tuesday. That means we've got my wonderful sister Val and Mr. Brandon Hanson with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Right.
Good morning.
And if you're watching online, you've got Val in a sea of clovers as she gets
That's
ready
right.
for St. Patty's Day. And Brandon Hanson refuses to do an Irish accent, even though he is totally Irish, back at the Death Star. And I'm in a bar today, if you look online, and that's because after the show, I'm going to start drinking.
Oh, are you having a Guinness or a Jameson?
I'm allergic to beer. I go into
that's
anaphylactic
right.
shock, so I'll be having an ambulance.
Oh, okay. Let's do the Jameson then.
Okay, why?
Because it's whiskey. It shouldn't put you into anaphylactic shock.
Okay, there you go. Shows you how much I know about alcohol.
Well, just talk to your sister. She knows it all.
Yeah, she does. Someone I've never seen intoxicated, Brandon Hanson.
Has he just not been around for the fun, Brandon, or do you not get intoxicated?
He has to be home by 9. Brandon, have you ever been intoxicated?
What's that? No,
Have you ever
I don't
been-
know what you're talking about.
Okay. Wow, he's not going to admit to any of that.
You just say, I do not recall.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Oh, that's a cheat. That's a cheat, Val. Don't encourage cheating on this show.
Oh, I encourage cheating any time in life.
I've got a few top tens to start off before we do weather and breakfast. A couple of them, anyways. This one's for my special friend who's going to fly. These are things not to do at the airlines. Okay. First, as you're in the line and you've put your stuff on the conveyor belt, do not say, "Be careful with that box," and then duck. Okay, bad idea.
You don't want to jostle it at all.
All right. Even if the security officer is wearing a name label that says Jack, do not say, "Hi, Jack."
Really? That's
Yeah.
just not being friendly. That looks like is that the Progressive commercials or whatever, whichever ones is teaching you not to be your parents, because that's something a parent would totally do. Something I would totally do.
One that you can get away with just getting bad looks, and I did this a few weeks ago when I flew out to see you guys. When they come with that wand, say, "Just a little lower to the left." Oh, yeah, that's right.
You hit the spot.
Yeah. All right.
This is how to get arrested going through TSA.
Exactly, Brandon.
Oh.
All right. Tell them I'm not taking off my belt without at least dinner and a movie.
It would be better if you took off your belt and your pants just fell to the floor.
And then I usually, oopsie. All right. This one's for you, Brandon. When the metal detector goes off, do not say, "Oh, I've been wondering where I put my samurai sword."
Yeah.
Muddle this under your voice in the security line. "I have the right to remain silent. Anything I can say will be used against me in a court of law. I have a right to an attorney if I cannot afford one will be provided for me." Okay.
Are you reciting that from memory or?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I stuttered, because I was nervous. So when you're in the x-ray machine, look through the side of it, kind of turn your head around, and say, "This x-ray machine just shows up guns and knives, not drugs, right?" All right. And a clever comeback, if they ask you, has anyone you don't know asked you to carry a package on board, say, "Yes, this box that's ticking."
Yeah.
It's just making sure the plane leaves on time.
Yeah. All right. And remember, security has absolutely no sense of humor. There you go.
Very true.
Very true.
I'm going to give a shout out this morning to some of our listeners. We've got Ken, Marion, and Robert listening to us this morning. Welcome to the show.
All right. You missed it. There's a couple that didn't post because I see 5 so far.
Okay. All right. I missed a couple. Sorry.
All right. Let's see. This one's for Brandon, this top 10.
Oh, another one.
Yes.
Oh,
all right. These are the top 10 signs, Brandon, that Han Solo has turned 70, since you're such a Star Wars fan and you're on the Death Star today.
Isn't he like 85?
Okay. Here's the top 10 signs. Han Solo has turned 85. He forgets to turn off the directional light on the Millennium Falcon. His cholesterol number is so high they say it's in hyperspace.
Oh boy. No.
Sounds like yours, Scott.
Ooh, ow. He and Princess Leia celebrating their 55th anniversary.
Is that the carbonite anniversary?
Yes. You give them the gift of carbonite. Instead of the Mos Eisley Cantina, he hangs out at the Endor Senior Center.
Have you had the coffee there? It's great.
You can tell he has a problem with his age because Chewbacca is also suffering from male pattern baldness.
Now that would be a funny sight to see.
All right. He switched his membership from the Rebel Alliance to AARP. He no longer depends on the Force, but the fiber. All right.
When you get that age, you do not want the Force to be with you.
Han Solo's so old, he's replaced the Millennium Falcon with the Millennium Scooter. Oh. And the last one, he's so old, his blaster's firing blanks. All right, one more. Top 10 clues Scott should wear a shirt this summer.
Let me come up with a few in case you miss some.
Okay. If I can take a measuring tape, drop it on the floor, and can't pick it up without bending my knees, I should put on a shirt.
Okay.
All right. If I have a tattoo containing any of the FCC 7 dirty words, I should put on a shirt. If I don't want to appear on as a suspect on Cops, I should put on a shirt. Because they always have their shirts off.
Oh,
right.
They do. No teeth, shirts off. Yeah.
If I start sprouting more chest hair than my neighbor's poodle, I'll put on a shirt.
Or Chewbacca.
All right. Brandon, how old are you now?
What's my age now? 37.
All right, you're doing okay. When you hit 40, put on a shirt.
So, Brandon, are you really 37?
Yes.
Oh, my God, I've been married longer than you've been alive.
He's just a baby.
He's just a baby.
Scary enough, Brandon could be my son. Now listen, boy.
At this angle, I see a little resemblance.
Do ya? All right.
Yeah.
It's the red hair. All right. If my measurements exceed a 36A, which is a bra size, I'll put on a shirt. And if anybody has handed me this list, I know I should put on a shirt. There you go.
And Ken thinks you should always wear a shirt, period.
Just keep it on, Scott. But according to Ken, it's just the shirt. Oh! All right. Ken, you're naughty. 43 for a high today in Chihuahua under partway to mostly cloudy skies. I checked the camera up at the airport. It looked kind of pretty out there. 26 for an overnight low with some clearing expected late. Tomorrow, another partly cloudy day. Enjoy with a high of 46. Overnight low of 25. Just a 15% chance of precip. Get these temperatures, you guys. Get ready to take off the shirt. Mm-hmm. That's right. Thursday, 48 and 26. Mostly sunny. Wow. Friday, 51 and 28, partly cloudy. Saturday, 51 and 32, partly cloudy. Sunday, 50 and 36, mostly cloudy. Back to rain, it looks like next Monday if the extended forecast holds out. But great weather forecast for you guys.
Finally, the winter it might be losing its grip.
That's right.
I'm hoping so. I go outside and measure the snow level on the green every day.
He just wants to golf.
That's all I want. It's a simple request. That's it.
I don't picture you as a golfer, Brandon, especially with that hat on today. I picture you more like that guy that's out there trying to blow up the gopher holes.
I see you've seen me do my lawn maintenance, so that is pretty accurate.
Yeah. You could do that voice and say, yeah, this is some Kentucky green grass mixed with California Thintamia.
If you've ever had a gopher after your grapevines, though, you kind of fall into that same category. It's like, you try the sulfur bombs and the poison and everything. Oh, stay away from my grapes, you little jerks.
And never try the water hose in the hole because you start getting water all over the rest of your yard. And I was coming up out of the other gopher holes and I thought, well, I'll just let it run. And then my entire yard caved in.
Oh, no.
Well, not really, but it could.
Sinkhole.
All right, breakfast pizza this morning for the kids at school. Variety of cereal, fresh fruit juice, and their choice of milk. And then for lunchtime fun, it's teriyaki chicken, some brown rice, mixed vegetables, fresh veggies, fresh fruit, and again, a choice of milk. Also, they're going to throw in some chow mein noodles and a fortune cookie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My effort so far, though, to make brown rice illegal has not happened.
I love rice, but brown rice, there's something just not right about it.
Right. They make it from cardboard.
I think so. It tastes like it.
Yeah. All right, today at the library, story time for the kids between 11:30 and 5. Take the little ones out. You also have a weekly tech help at the Twila Library tomorrow. That runs from 3 to 5 if you'd like some tips on your electronics. And Brandon, are you appearing at any of our libraries this week?
Yeah, on Thursday, I will be out at the Republic Library from 11 to 2 p.m.
11 to 2. You got to go all the way to Republic, like over Sherman Pass?
Yes.
Wow. Look at Brandon go. All right. Good job. So you can find out about starting a small business, right?
Yes, if you're looking to start a small business or have some questions about the resources TED offers, please stop by and I can help you out. I'll even give you some handouts, flyers, all that fun stuff.
Cool. All right. So once again, Thursday and the time slot?
11 to 2 p.m.
All right. Val, if you're lucky enough to be friends with Val on Facebook, you can tell a couple things about Val. First, she's a crazy, crazy cat lady.
Oh, yes.
I think you might be leading the internet in cat videos. Just saying.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And then you're really into art. So that's one of the nice things about being retired. You can find hobbies and things you love. And Val has two, art and cats.
That's right.
And pretty soon.
Oh, throw some winemaking in there.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the wine. You know, she rarely has some on stock, though. She usually drinks it as fast as she may.
What?
That's a joke. I actually stayed in Val's guest room when I was visiting a few weeks ago, and I was actually surrounded by wine bottles and woke up with a headache.
Just by being in the room, huh?
Yes.
Well, I hit all the corkscrews before you went down there.
Oh, that's why I couldn't get into it. All right. So part of your art, though, you got asked to attend an art show. Give us some details on that.
Yeah. Yes, this is in Twila, and it is going to be at the PACA building, I believe. So it's called the Artist Spring Cleanup Sale. And if you're a Stevens County artist and you need to clear out some of your artwork to make room for more, like I do, it will be at the Twila Center for the Arts. It is going to be April 22nd from 1 to 4. And what you need to do is just send an email to pacaartsale@gmail.com. That's PACAARTSALE@gmail.com, Paca Art Sale. And you need to include the name and description of your art, a picture of some of your art, and your city of residence. That is going to be just $10 for your table, and they will supply a 10 by 10 space and one table for you to set up, and you get to keep the profits. So all it's going to cost you is $10 for your table.
All right.
So I'm sure that's going to be posted on Facebook. So if you have any questions, look around the PACA Facebook page. So,
okay.
But yeah.
All right. Why don't you, during the break, get one of your pieces of art and show it off? And then we'll have it tell you a little bit about the kind of art you do. I'm digging the one I got in the mail. I put it in my red kitchen, and it's red and black, and it really pops on the wall. And then there was another piece of art in there that I thought she sent me a bonus piece of art, and then I found out it was actually my daughter's. So.
And I didn't think to tell you that it was Lindsay's, because I guess I was just thinking you knew that she had done one too.
But, I wasn't there. I was off chasing a girl. I didn't even know you guys did art while we were there. So yeah, I missed that.
I thought hers turned out great. It had a real Scooby-Doo color vibe there, and yeah, I loved how it turned out for her.
She's putting it in the mystery machine.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Scooby-Doo!
All right. How about something for St. Patty's Day as we're talking about events? Twila Faith Resource Group having a community-wide free, and everybody's welcome, St. Patty's Day stew dinner because they love their community. That's what it says under the Y thing. Where is this happening? They're going to do it at the St. Mary's Catholic Church, and that is going to be this Thursday at 5 p.m., making stew from scratch. All right. There you go. Thank you, Deborah, for submitting that. All right. A few news headlines. How about some good news after this big bank collapse? The second largest bank collapse ever, and a bank nobody's ever heard of before, as far as the lay people, because they're primarily a business bank. They're worried about extra fallout coming from this. One of the fallouts from this that is a good thing, I guess. 30-year average mortgage rate dropped to 6.5 on Monday, according to the latest Mortgage News Daily Quote. That's down from 6.7 on Friday when the bank failed, and 7% on Thursday when the bank's stock got hammered. Rate tracks the 10-year Treasury yield, which has fallen around 30 base points since Wednesday's close, as investors bet the unfolding chaos could persuade the Federal Reserve to slow its interest rate hiking campaign. So if you were in the process of buying a house, and you could get a better rate here in the next few weeks because of all this trouble.
I feel sorry for the people that sell on Etsy because they were affected by that. I know that was one of the banks that their payments went through when they got paid on Etsy for one of their products. So these are, small town or, artists, creators that are trying to sell through Etsy. And then, so it really affected them and their payments they should have been receiving. So.
Wow, and if there's some kind of holding accounts, you could have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
Yeah. And Etsy said that they were going to be working in the next couple days to make sure everyone got their money. But yeah, I mean, if you're supporting your family with your, by selling your art on Etsy, that would be pretty scary.
Do you sell your art on Etsy?
I've had my art listed on Etsy and have not had any luck. But yeah, I feel like right now for me it's word of mouth, and hopefully when I get out there on the art show, I'll be picking up some more stuff. I've been picking up some commission artwork on Facebook, so that's been really fun.
So that's where you get paid for it, right?
Well, it's where you do a custom piece for them,
and you get paid for it,
so
right?
You do get paid for it.
All right, Brandon, what do you sell on Etsy?
Oh, what do I sell? All my Star Wars Legos.
Make them and sell them? Huh.
Yeah, exactly.
That could actually be a thing, because I know I would never want to put. I would love to have a Lego Battlestar, but I would never put one together. So
a Lego Battlestar
or Death Star, excuse me,
or
like Battlestar Galactica. That'd be cool too.
But you put all that time into it probably, and if you're a super uber Star Wars fan or whatever, could you bear to part with it at that point?
I actually don't sell my Star Wars Legos as much as my wife probably would want me to.
Yeah, see, exactly what I was saying.
Could I commission you to build me a Lego Death Star? But honey, I'm getting paid for it. But Brandon, you have 3 jobs already. All right.
Can you imagine if you got to make Legos for a living? That'd be fantastic.
Hey, I bet you there's a job out there, because they have to have Lego testers.
Yes, Lego testers.
You could be that tester that sees exactly how bad it hurts when you step on one, and they go, "Oh no, not enough pain right there. Let's redesign that a little bit."
Foam Legos for old people.
Yeah.
All right. Another headline today that caught my eye: truck driver dash cam. Mysterious figure, possibly a ghost. He thinks so. This is on Yahoo this morning. William Church, truck driver, reportedly drove down Arizona State Route 87. No cars in the way, but noticed a bright glare in his dash cam. It looks like a person on the side of the road, and you can actually see the road stripes between their legs. But it's a white, hazy, translucent figure.
Ooh,
so
I want to see it.
That's right. So check it out. It's on Yahoo News under the headline, "Trucker Records Creepy Ghost-Like Figure."
If I go look at this, it's on Yahoo.
It's on Yahoo. All right.
That does not slim it down.
Also on Yahoo.
I have had so many ghost encounters. So
really,
lots of them.
All right. Always keep a bottle of super glue handy. This story also off Yahoo today. This is a gal telling. These are a bunch of people telling stories of things they've done to other people. This one says, my ex was lying to me, cheating on me with his roommate's girlfriend, who he said he couldn't stand. He liked to go out for drinks, so one night I drove to the bar when I knew he was at it with her and put Loctite on all of his car doors. So crazy glue, so he wouldn't be able to get back in his car. Then I went to his house and I Loctited all the locks, front door, back door, everything. Then I waited a month because I still had a key to the house. I went into the house and I put itching powder in his bed, Nair in his shampoo, and I mailed him a box of live bees.
Oh, jeez. This girl has revenge down to an art.
Oh, be careful out there. Wow.
That's a Carrie Underwood song right there.
I gave him some live bees. Another post from a job applicant here that decided to tweet what they asked her to do. Get this, you're applying for a job, and they say, what we want you to do is answer this question. How do you feel life has worked out for you so far? Please record us a short, roughly 2 to 5 minute video response and paste the link here. We recommend using Loom. For this, it's free, or you can use any tool you prefer. So is that an appropriate job question? How do you feel life has worked out for you so far?
Yeah, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's inappropriate.
Really?
I think that they're kind of what they're trying to gauge is your attitude towards life. Are you a pessimist or are you an optimist? Do you try to find the good in your life, or you're always the Debbie Downer? So I think they're trying to get some idea of your personality through that. I mean, I had a question at a job interview one time. What do you think has been something that you began and were able to finish? It was kind of trying to judge if you can stick with a project. And so the fact that they want you to do it in video, maybe, but I can see what they're looking for.
All right, let's test this on Brandon. Okay, Brandon, you're on camera, so this is just an easy one. All right, you're already there. How do you feel life has worked out so far for you, Brandon?
I'm doing great. I'm married to my beautiful wife. I have a great son and another on the way. And I have a dog and cat that like to chase each other at 11 o'clock at night, and it drives me nuts.
But
Wow.
life is still good.
Wow. He's got the perfect life.
Yes.
That's
And
pretty
Scott's
good, actually,
paying
Brandon.
me to do Legos.
Yeah, I'm getting paid to make Legos. All right, let's move on. I think I sent it to you, kids. I call them bits and breaks, and they're just some goofy stuff we like to come up with and share with you. I'm going to start off with a real short one, but it's what I thought about in the shower.
Yeah.
That's my shower music.
Can I plug my ears? Because I don't know if I want to know what you think.
Oh,
about
it's
the
not
show.
that bad. Okay.
Okay.
For some reason, I was really focused on my tongue, and it's
Again, can I plug my ears?
So, as I was cleaning myself, I thought about this. My tongue is always narrowly dodging my teeth as I chew.
Mine doesn't always dodge the teeth, though.
All right. I have a problem every time I have cashews and I chew on the left side of my mouth, I bite my cheek. But I can chew cashews on the right, and it never happens. Why?
You need to fix your jaw.
Does it also click when you open your mouth?
Yeah.
I also notice that, I'm always constantly tasting my teeth.
That's why you want to brush them more often.
All right. Then I tried to get away from that line of thought because it was disturbing. And I thought, you always hear about crazy cat ladies, but you never hear about the crazy dog lady.
Oh. What about the crazy cat man?
Well, they're pretty rare. I know, you have a husband that's that way. So, we're a little rarer, crazy cat men. All right. Let's see.
Seems very sexist. That's all I'm saying.
I don't get parking garages because they don't charge money to park. They charge me money to leave. Doesn't make sense. And then there are at least 10 billion mobile devices on Earth, but we still can't get a decent photo of a flying saucer. This bothers me.
Or big.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say, Brandon. Or Bigfoot.
Or Bigfoot. Well, Brandon, that's because Bigfoot doesn't exist.
He's just camera shy.
All right. Next up, Val, tell us about Potato Chip Day because it's tomorrow.
Well, actually, it's today, I believe. You must have
you're right.
grabbed this from a different day.
You're correct.
Yeah. So today is Potato Chip Day. So I'm going to give you a few facts about those delicious little things. Americans today consume more potato chips than any other people in the world.
Okay.
As a world food, potatoes are second in human consumption only to rice, and as thin, salted, crisp chips, they are America's favorite snack food. Fried potatoes were first introduced in the United States by Thomas Jefferson in the late 18th century. Jefferson had come across them while he was in Paris.
Perry,
Paris.
Indiana.
Paris, France.
Oh.
I was trying to do a very bad, French accent. In 1853, a diner at Moon's Lake House in Saratoga Springs, New York, ordered fried potatoes with his meal. A diner. Okay, I got it. I was thinking, okay. Anyway, a patron of Moon's Lake House ordered fried potatoes with his meal. The diner sent the potatoes back to the kitchen with a complaint that they were not crispy enough. The chef at the restaurant, George Crumb, apparently was furious with the criticism. Crumb sliced the potatoes paper thin, salted them heavily, and refried them. Ironically, instead of ruining the meal for the diner, Crumb's creation was a hit with the patron.
Ooh, the history of the chip.
History of the chip. What's your favorite potato chip?
Doritos. They're not chips, though, are they? I mean, they're chips,
Oh,
but they're not a potato chip. They're a corn chip.
They're a corn chip, but I would still throw those into the potato chip. I'm
going to say Lay's are the best.
You like the Lay's? I mean, just plain old Lay's, or do you want it to be barbecue?
No, just plain old Lay's.
Okay. I like the kettle when they make them really crispy with the kettle, like a Maui onion ones. They're super good.
They're too hard. You ever got one of those in the roof of your mouth?
Oh, yeah, but they're still good. They're still good. Yeah, so I like those, but I'm kind of with you on the Doritos, but it has to be taco Doritos.
That's the worst. All right.
Oh, they're so good. So.
Brandon, favorite chip?
I'm going to say good old Lay's.
All right. I thought he'd say Pringles because he likes the tube. All right. There's something out there called, I've never heard of these, an irreversible binomial. So this is a pair or group of words used together in fixed order, such as milk and honey or dad and mom. You don't say mom and dad or dad and mom?
I say mom and dad.
Okay, mom and dad. Mom usually comes first. All right?
Okay.
All right, so Brandon's going to give us a list of them, and I'll say them backwards, and we'll see if any of them are funny.
Okay.
So give us some examples of binomials.
Here we go. Salt and pepper.
Pepper and salt.
Macaroni and cheese.
Cheese and macaroni.
Safe and sound.
Sound and safe.
Loud and clear.
Clear and loud.
I think that's kind of the most awkward one that you've done so far.
Clear and loud?
Yeah.
All right.
Rise and fall.
Fall and rise.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
No, totally different. That's what happens when you've had too much to drink. You fall
Or
and
a
rise in the morning.
Or a lucky old person.
Either or.
This next one's creepy, Brandon.
In and out.
Out and in.
Ooh, boy. Wear and tear.
Tear and wear. That's kind of the thing now with those holy jeans.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Welcome to Boomer Radio, where we complain about holy jeans here in Chillicothe, Washington.
It's disgusting to show that much skin. That's why I take off my shirt.
Fish and chips.
Chips and fish.
Yeah, that doesn't sound just good.
It's not quite
No.
right. No.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Jelly and peanut butter.
Gin and tonic.
Tonic and gin. It sounds poisonous.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Gentlemen and ladies. I want to do that in front of a crowd. Gentlemen and ladies, just to see what people do.
You get some weird looks.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Scissors, paper, rock. It just sounds like I'm being argumentative now.
Yeah. Just being a jerk.
Just being a jerk. All right.
Oh, now Ken says Val and Scott or Scott and Val.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know which one to say about that. I think I should get top billing.
You want top billing from now on? But it's my show. I run the controls. Listen, I'm the casting director. I make all the casting decisions. Oh, it's not true. All right, Ides of March. Can either of you tell me what that is?
Not. I only saw it right now, so I wouldn't have been able to tell you before that.
All right, without cheating, Brandon. Ides of March.
I don't know. Is it a food?
No. All right. All right, this is happening tomorrow in the Roman calendar. March 15th was known as the Ides of March. Why? Generally speaking, Ides is a term from the ancient Roman calendar. The Ides fell on the 15th of March. Also May, July, and October, or the 13th day of any other month. Thus, the Ides of March was the 15th day of March. Specifically, the term is best known because Julius Caesar was assassinated on the Ides of March back in 44 BC. Ides had real meaning only in the Roman calendar, which has been displaced by the Julian calendar. However, the term Ides was still used in the vernacular sense for centuries afterwards to denote the middle of the month. Because of William Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar and its line, "Beware the Ides of March," the term Ides of March has come to mean a foreboding of doom. All right? Oh. Which, by the way, is tomorrow. All right. Ides of March are celebrated every year by the Roman Hash House Harriers with a toga run in the streets of Rome. Oh, we're missing this.
We are.
Toga, toga. All right. In the same place where Julius Caesar was killed. Ew, that's kind of creepy. The Hash House Harriers is an international group of running drinking clubs. Sounds like something for you, Val.
I know. I'm going to look them up right now and see if I can join.
All right. And now we go to the Crazy Cat Lady for house.
Music?
Huh?
Yeah, Crazy Cat Lady music.
Just this.
He has too many cats.
And here she is, Val, your crazy cat lady with "How smart is your cat?"
Oh, we know, that people love their cats, but how smart are they actually? Here are some tests to figure out your cat's IQ, and this comes from Woman's World magazine. Start by putting out 3 plastic cups and mark one with an X. Then show your cat a treat and place it under the marked cup and let her knock it over. Repeat that a couple times, then skip the treat and see if Fluffy still looks under the cup marked X. If so, animal behaviorist Diane Guerrero says, "You've got a smart kitty."
I couldn't even do that one.
And put your cat's favorite toy in a brown paper bag and watch how he goes about getting it out. The more creative he is, jumping, chewing, or clawing the bag, the better. When cats show creativity, it means they're using brain power and are more adaptable to new situations.
Okay, impressive.
Okay. Next, you can try putting an unfamiliar object in the room, like an open umbrella, and see what Mitten does. Does she stalk it, sniff it, bat it with her paw? The more of those actions little Mitten does, the smarter she is. Behaviorists say smart cats know instinctively to be cautious of new things. So the more she investigates, the smarter she is.
You know what's really funny is when your cat is checking out something new you've brought into the house and they're doing that slinky thing, drop a book behind them.
That's cruel. I about gave my cat a heart attack the other day just by getting some tinfoil out.
Panic, panic,
panic. And finally, how often does your cat ask you for things daily? Does he wander over to the treat jar when you come home? Does he paw at your hand asking to be petted? Does he bring you his favorite toy wanting to play? Behaviorist Guerrero says the ultimate way to measure a cat's intelligence is to see how well he manipulates his owner. I know, brilliant then, because they have manipulation down to an art.
So I introduced your cats to the cat treats, which they'd never had before. And then one of them jumped up on the counter and stole the bag. So that's pretty smart.
She did. She jumped up and took off with the bag, trying to figure out how to get into it. Now, our little kitten, the other night I was playing with her we've got a big island in the kitchen. And so I was peeking out one side of the island, and then she'd catch my eye, and I'd jump back behind the island, and I kept doing this with her. Well, about the third time I peeked around the island, she wasn't there. She had ran around it and jumped up on my back.
Surprise!
Surprise. So I thought that was pretty smart.
That is pretty smart. I always like it. My daughter's cat, when you go over to visit and you're getting ready to leave, she'll race you to the door, get up on her hind legs, and start pawing the door like she's trying to open it for you.
She's like, get out.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I'm not sure what she's trying to tell me.
Time for you to leave.
All right. 2023's Oddest Festivals. Now, Brandon, these are kind of long, so maybe just give us a brief rundown of what some of the cool places you could go, what month they happen in, and what we could do.
Okay. The first one's a doozy. Frozen Dead Guys Days in March.
It's perfect.
Yes. Yeah. Celebrate Frozen Dead Guys Days with coffin races, costume polar plunges, icy turkey bowling, and even a frozen T-shirt contest. Frosty.
Oh, there's more that's frosty than, if you do the frozen T-shirt contest. Oh
my.
I won, but I did get a little bit of frostbite.
There's so many comments that could be made if this wasn't a G-rated show.
That's right. Mostly.
And all this is to celebrate a Norwegian man, Grandpa Beto Morstrol, who died in 1989.
Oh,
it's a fairly new festival.
Yes, but it's a great one. Hillbilly Days in April. Attention all hillbillies, authentic and aspiring. Gather up just Shro and kin and head for Pikeville, Kentucky. They have Hillbilly Days. They'll have a cornhole tournament, quilt show, hillbilly music, and vittles and traditional crafts.
Vittles, are those innards?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't have some hillbilly music just queued up for that one, Scott.
Where's that?
Sorry.
Like a little Cotton Eye Joe or something?
No, I'm not ready to go. No, sorry.
All right.
Watermelon Thump in June. Yes, this is in Texas. Attendees can attempt to break the Guinness World Record for seed spitting. And you can even eat a lot of watermelon at this festival. So let's see here. Mike the Headless Chicken Festival in June.
That's wrong.
Yes. So this chicken survived his own decapitation, so they now celebrate it, and they hold an event every week in Colorado, starting in 1999. So people did this.
And that's the chicken that survived for 18 months, right?
Yes.
Oh, without a head. Huh. I have something now, since all of these are pretty much, except for the Frozen Dead Guys, I would say hillbilly. You know, the watermelon seed contest and stuff like that. So here you go.
Enjoy your hillbilly festival.
That's all I had. That's all I got. All right, we are going. No, let's do some trivia and run out that break a little bit, just because, well, Brandon hates it, and it's a good chance to let my sister shine.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
All right, today it's the German versus the Irishman.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Yes. All right, German versus the Irish. This could be kind of tough, you guys. You ready for it?
Oh, I'm never ready for trivia.
Oh, it's easy, you guys. You put way too much stress on yourselves over this, so I'll make them a little harder. If you're taking a family trip on spring break, this will probably happen twice.
Oh, like a car trip? Or just a trip?
It doesn't say. You're just taking a trip on
Okay.
spring break, the whole family. This is probably going to happen twice.
Oh, goodness. You have a flat tire.
Twice?
Yes.
No, but you're right. It's not fun.
Okay. Somebody gets car sick.
No,
You have to use a public restroom.
that's going to happen more than twice.
You have to fuel up.
Could happen more than twice.
The kids get in an argument where you have
There
to
you
threaten
go.
them.
Arguments. That's what we're looking for. Do not make me pull this car over.
Uh-huh. Again, that seems really low.
Two. Do this for an hour and you'll burn about 110 calories. And you have to do it at your desk.
Oh, typing.
Val scores again. There you go. Look at that.
Hey,
All right.
I didn't get a chance to answer, Scott.
I know. Keep your mic unmuted. The first one of these in U.S. history was authorized on March 1st, 1790. As a result, 3.9 million Americans learned what?
How to read?
Nope. First one of these in U.S. history was authorized on March 1st. Took a while to complete. In 1790. As a result, 3.9 million Americans learned what? I've given you the answer.
Oh. The answer is in there somewhere?
Yes.
Can we go turn on this radio?
Oh.
Oh, she's on the radio. What'd she say?
I don't know. Who said what?
She giving you the answer, Brandon?
No.
Okay. All right. You guys give up?
Yes.
As a result, 3.9 million Americans learned that the population of our country was 3.9 million.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh.
All right. Spy the Lie. Elvis Presley was the first singer to sell 1 million records. The first diamond engagement ring was given to a woman in 1477. Or cabbage is 91% water. Which one's the lie?
Diamond ring.
That's what I was going to say, too. That seems like awful late in history.
Oh, you guys. All right. The lie was Elvis Presley. The first to sell 1 million records was opera star Enrico Caruso.
Really?
Yes. First diamond engagement ring was given to a woman in 1477. Anne of Burgundy received it from Maximilian I of Germany. I want to be Maximilian I.
You're very high on your horse when you have all the answers right in front.
I know.
Exactly, Brandon.
I appear so intelligent.
Little fist bump on that one, Brandon. Little fist bump.
It's funny.
It was the Duke of Normandy in 1832. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't even fist bump right. You were supposed to go up. So. All right. Average person will lose 2 of these in their life. It's something you carry on you when you go out.
Oh, your wallet?
Close.
Yeah. Purse?
It's something in your wallet or purse.
Your ID?
Yeah, ID.
No.
Oh.
Your bank card?
There you go, Brandon. Finally coming in and scoring one. All right. I'm going to get... this is 4, as in the number 4, better or worse. Give me the missing last member in these famous quartets. All right? You guys ready?
Okay.
Scream it out as fast as you can. Diamonds, spades, hearts, and...
clubs.
There you go. The Pac-Man ghosts are Blinky, Inky, Pinky, and...
Stinky.
No.
Well, I don't know. What was Blinky? What? Inky?
Pinky. You guys don't
Minky.
remember? Nope. Doesn't rhyme
Pinky.
with the rest of them.
Oh, that's why we weren't getting it.
All right. Clyde.
Mo.
Clyde.
Clyde. Poor Clyde.
All right, this one's going to be hard. Bow, stern, port, and...
Astern. Starboard.
Starboard, there you go.
Oh, good job.
He turned the same way twice. Kramer, George, Elaine, and
Larry.
Oh, look at that. Brandon, very, very good. All right. Just a couple more here to wrap things up. 56% of college students have this in common.
Yeah.
They drink way too much on the weekends?
No.
Yeah.
It has to do with who they are.
Oh, they belong to a fraternity or sorority?
56%? No.
Are women.
Yes, Brandon. Look at you.
Oh, good job.
Brandon remembers college, don't you, Brandon? All right.
Do not recall.
Yep. I like how he takes off his hat and rubs his head like, I'm not answering that. From the 1940s to the mid-70s, these were banned in many major American cities on the grounds they were considered a form of illegal gambling. Later on in the 80s, we enjoyed them in arcades.
Oh. So what years were they banned as being...
In the 1940s all the way to the mid-1970s, they were banned in many major American cities on the grounds they were considered a form of illegal gambling. I don't get how they were gambling. In the 80s and 90s, very popular in kids' arcades.
I was just thinking pinball machines, but they couldn't have had those that
Nope,
early.
No, they did.
Oh, wow.
Yep, some very old pinball machines. All right, 2%
Probably
of Americans...
worth a lot of money.
2% of Americans can't name all the colors of this.
Rainbow?
No. That's just Ron DeSantis. Sorry. Brandon didn't think that was funny at all. 2% of Americans can't name all the colors of this.
Oh. And it's just Ron DeSantis. Was that a clue? Or
No,
being
that
a
was just
smart aleck?
that was being a smart aleck.
Okay. The color wheel. I don't know.
It only
just
has
thinking-
and it only has 3 colors.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Red, green, blue. Or,
No. This
red,
item
yellow.
that they can't name all the colors of only has 3 colors. Very, very popular. Very famous.
Okay. I can
Brandon's
see
shrinking.
Brandon. I thought he was waving his arms like, I know it, I know it, I know
What
it.
is it, Brandon? It's patriotic.
Oh, I have no clue. RGB.
That's what I was saying, but it's patriotic. I don't know the colors of the flag.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
Really?
It's only 2%, though.
Oh, red, white, and blue. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
95% of food delivered to school cafeterias has this in common.
How much percentage?
95% of food delivered to school cafeterias has this in common.
They're
It's
also
inedible.
They're delivered to prisons.
They could be, but that's not what I'm looking for.
They got to be reheated
Oh, you are so... Why do they have to be reheated?
because they're frozen.
Yes!
Good job. Not when we were kids. We had the best food ever in our cafeteria.
All right. Answer wrong and win. Name a... first one, we'll go to Val. Name a computer company that's named after a fruit.
Frucintosh?
Brandon, what's the book you take with you to church on Sunday?
The phone book.
When you have an emergency, Val, what's the 3-digit phone number to call?
SOS?
Okay. And Brandon, what is the length of the CBS News magazine 60 Minutes?
It's 32 minutes and the rest are commercials.
That's actually true. All right. Wow, I didn't see this before, but you might enjoy this, Brandon. Top 10 rejected titles for Star Wars Episode 7. Which one would that be?
Let's see here. The Force Awakens.
All right. So unless you're living on the frozen ice planet Hoth, which is also known as Chewila, you know that the Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens came to theaters back in 2015. Today's category, I guess this is the top 10 rejected titles. First, number 10, The Franchise Awakens. The number 9, The Empire Strikes Back, again. Return of the Star Wars action figures, number 8. Number 7, The Phantom Marketing Campaign.
Yes.
All right. Number 6, The Revenge of Episodes 1, 2, 3. These aren't very good. Number 5, Jar Jar Binks Must Die.
How wooed.
Star Wars 9, Grandpa Skywalker awakens from his nap. Number 3, Disney Strikes Back. Number 2, All About That Bass, No Rebels. And number 1, George Lucas Needs Money. All right.
But he doesn't, apparently.
And what would have made Star Wars The Force Awakens much better? Star Wars The Next Generation. Ooh, that was a burn, wasn't it, Brandon? When we come back, we've got today's odd news for you. Some local birthdays and much, much more, but you got to stay right here, enjoy the news, and a big thank you to our sponsors. It's KCHW 102.7. Right back. Oh, Val's got a kitty.
Oh, she's like being obnoxious.
It's 8:24.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
KCHW programming is made possible by listeners like you and by
New Health. At New Health, we are committed to promoting health and wellness within our communities by providing integrated open access healthcare for all. Our medical care teams offer in-person visits, curbside care, and telehealth visits. Schedule today for a new patient appointment. Curbside pharmacy pickup and mailing options are available to meet your medication needs. Contact New Health at 509-935-6004. That's 509-935-6004 to schedule today, or visit our website at newhealth.org for a location nearest you. New patients are welcome and most insurance plans are accepted, including Medicare, Apple Health Plans, TRICARE, and private insurance. New Health, celebrating 45 years of bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare.
This is KCHW, Chihuahua, 102.7 FM.
You're listening to 102.7. KCHW, Chihuahua.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, March the 14th, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. As the National Rifle Association gears up for annual events in Indianapolis, another group is speaking out about rifle handgun ownership and accessibility as gun-related crimes increase.
In advance of the NRA get-together, the group Hoosiers Concerned About Gun Violence will hold a teach-in to help shift the dialogue to focus on the surplus of firearms that contributes to an already violent society. The group's president, Jerry King, says it is proposing more background checks and improve enforcement of Indiana's red flag law to address gun-related incidents, including suicide, domestic violence, and homicide.
We live in a nation, we live in a city, in a state that's just awash with guns. And so we focus really in on that particular problem.
King says he understands many people won't readily relinquish their firearms, and his group would support legislation to limit sales and possession of assault weapons. The teach-in event is scheduled for April 8th. I'm Terry D. reporting.
Those NRA events are coming up in downtown Indianapolis, April the 14th to the 16th. Education advocates are applauding Governor Chris Sununu's proposed state budget increase for higher education, but funding levels still remain some of the lowest in the nation.
The university system of New Hampshire would see state funding increase by roughly $10 million to just over $99 million by 2025, still short of funding levels seen more than a decade ago. Jean Martin, executive director of the New Hampshire Fiscal Policy Institute, says that may not be enough to convince the nearly 60% of students leaving the state for college to stay.
I think the question is, how do we solve that problem as a state? Because obviously we can't grow our economy if we can't keep those students here in the state.
New Hampshire's workforce vacancy rate currently hovers around 20%. I'm Catherine Carley reporting.
Graduates of higher ed in New Hampshire currently carry the highest rate of student debt in the nation. Lawmakers take up Sununu's proposed budget this week. Now, national headlines. First, to the New York Times. President Biden took his most aggressive step yet Monday to counter China's military expansion in the Asia-Pacific region, formally unveiling plans with Britain and Australia to develop and deploy nuclear-powered attack submarines. And from NBC News, the Biden administration Monday gave the green light to a oil drilling project in Alaska, opening the nation's largest expanse of untouched land to energy production. This is Public News Service. New York's public campaign finance program is facing delays from the very people who approved it, New York lawmakers.
The program was approved by the legislature in 2020 and aims to level the playing field of campaign donations for everyday New Yorkers and special interest groups. One element of the program is a matching system which allows contributions of less than $250 to be matched by a public fund. This means candidates would have to interact more with constituents for campaign funding instead of dialing for dollars. Legislators feel the uncertainty surrounding the state's redistricting process is why the program needs to be delayed. But Christina Harvey with Stand Up America says there's another reason why legislators want to delay the program's rollout.
I think that they're nervous, first, about having a little competition, because this will mean that folks who aren't necessarily connected to money donors in the same way you often need to be in New York to get elected to begin with, will also have access to funding that they need to run campaigns and win.
I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
As part of the Inflation Reduction Act, the Interior Department has announced it is investing $120 million to restore and rebuild key segments of America's wildlife management systems, especially in key areas of the Midwest.
The money will be especially important in high-priority areas of the Midwest, known as prairie potholes, which are shallow wetlands where wildlife have been threatened, according to Christy Plummer with the Theodore Roosevelt Conservation Partnership.
It is what we call the duck factory. A lot of waterfowl species spend really important components of their life within the prairie pothole region. It is a region that has a complicated set of both threats and opportunities within it.
I'm Mark Moran.
Finally, our Suzanne Potter reports that billboards have gone up across California, warning about the negative effects of unchecked mergers in the healthcare system.
The Protect California Patients campaign is a coalition of more than 30 organizations that support Assembly Bill 1091, which would give the Attorney General more oversight on mergers worth more than $15 million. Rachel Lynn Gish is with Health Access California, which is helping lead the campaign.
For 30 years, the Attorney General has successfully overseen many healthcare mergers
that make sure that patients are protected, that vital services are continued, and that prices don't spike. And we want to extend that oversight to other entities in the market like for-profit hospitals.
The billboards are visible on roadways in Northern California, the Central Valley, and in Los Angeles.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's a great radio station's your favorite podcast platform. Find your trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Not go during break.
No, we don't need two theme songs. And we're back. It's KCHW 102.7. Thanks for being here today. We're looking at 8:33. As we start our second part, we always take a look at local birthdays from the Lions Club birthday calendar. And we don't have any birthdays to do today, but we do have one anniversary. Two very special friends of mine, Lynn and Debbie Husby.
Yay!
Whoop, whoop. All right, so if you're listening and you happen to have Lynn's phone number, please start texting him now. All right? Please, because he's retired and he sleeps in. So I need everybody with Lynn's phone number to please start texting him. Thank you very much. All right, celebrity birthdays go to Val this morning. Val, who do we have?
Michael Caine is 90 today.
He's still doing movies.
Yeah. Composer, conductor Quincy Jones is 90 as well. Wow. Billy Crystal, 75 today. Wow. Grace Parks, who is in Hawaii 5-0 and A Million Little Things, is 49. Corey Stoll from House of Cards and the Ant-Man movies, as well as the Many Saints of Newark, is 47. Chris Klein, he was in the American Pie films and the Netflix series Sweet Magnolias, is 44. Sammy Giancola from Jersey Shore is 36. NBA star Stephen Curry is 35. And gymnast Simone Biles is 26 years old today.
All right. Looking at a little bit of history, here comes Brandon Hanson. Where are we starting today, Brandon?
Well, we're starting in 1964. So,
great year. Great year.
Was it?
It's her birth year. Yeah.
But not a great thing that happened in my year.
Yeah, great job, Val.
Yeah, Val. A jury in Dallas, Texas found Jack Ruby guilty of killing Lee Harvey Oswald, assassin of John F. Kennedy.
All right.
Also that year, Billboard magazine reported the Beatles' recordings were claiming 60% of the single sales in the U.S.
That's huge. Wow.
Yes. So they were basically Justin Bieber, right?
Of the 60s.
I'll get hate mail for this, but I'm not a Beatles fan.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Val.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Hate mail. Just send it my way.
Wow.
Have you seen the video of like Yoko Ono singing? Is it John Lennon? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was not good.
No, not at all. Not at all.
She was quite bad.
Yeah. You had one choice: listen to her music or
let them eat static.
Static, please. Static.
1990, church officials in Belgium discovered that 8 nuns had sold their coven in Bruges for 1.4 million, moved to France, and bought a castle.
I love it.
Wow.
It's going to make me cough. I'm laughing so hard.
Wow. Wow.
Oh.
In 1997, surgeons at Bethesda Naval Medical Center repaired a torn tendon in President Clinton's right knee caused by a freak stumble at the Florida home of golfer Craig Norman.
It would have been funnier if it was Mar-a-Lago.
Oh.
In 2005, thieves broke into a storage hall in Steinfurt, Germany, and stole 200 fully loaded gumball machines.
Ooh.
You wanted a gumball? I'll give you a gumball.
That's right.
In 2014, in India, a bride walked out of her wedding after the groom failed to solve a simple math problem. The woman's relatives put the groom to the test after becoming concerned about his level of education.
Should have just asked him what colors were on the flag.
Wow. Wow. What do you think that question was? Like, how difficult?
2 + 2? It said simple.
Simple. Okay.
In 2020, French airline Air Tahiti flew the longest ever scheduled passenger flight by distance, 9,765 miles across the world from Papeete in Tahiti, French Polynesia, to Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport. The one-time milestone was a direct consequence of pandemic-induced U.S. travel restrictions.
Wow, wouldn't you be worried you didn't have enough gas?
10,000 sure.
miles? Wow. All right, special events for today. Celebrate Scientist Day.
Yay, people smarter than us.
Yay.
That we don't believe.
Well, the jury's still out on science.
Yeah, you and your science.
Yeah.
All right. It's International Ask a Question Day. So here's my question. Why are politicians all so angry and filled with hate?
Oh, gosh. Are their underwear too small?
Yeah. Your underwear's too tight. All right. It's Learn About Butterfly Days.
Ooh.
Would you guys like to learn something about Butterfly Days?
Yes, tell us something.
So the monarch butterfly, when it leaves its, I guess, birthing point in Mexico, it travels thousands and thousands of miles, goes through 4 different life cycles, and then returns. The children of those butterflies return to the exact same place in Mexico, even though they've never been there. There you go.
Wow. Right. Incredible.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Applause?
I always call them flutterbys, not butterflies.
Yes. You know, they taste like butter. It's the fuzzy stuff on the wings, just saying.
And just ask your cat.
Yes. It's Legal Assistance Day.
Oh, good.
All right.
That's good for you, Scott, the next time you offend somebody.
Ooh, yes. I'm going to need a lawyer. For both of you, organize your home office day.
Oh, maybe you can see. Let's see. Maybe you can see my golf clubs in the background here. Let's see.
Oh, get to see Brandon's golf clubs. This is a milestone in broadcasting. No.
You can't see it.
Oh, I can see one club.
Oh, now he blurred it. Oh, what's in the background you don't want us to see, Brandon? Potato chip day, as we talked about earlier. Save a spider. Write your story day. Tell your story. It's pie day, as in the mathematical pie, not pie that you eat. And then
it's not pie day, like eat a pie?
No, it's pie day, like the PI thing.
Well, that's not fun at all.
No, it isn't. But it is a Science Education Day, and as we said when we started this, it's Celebrate Scientist Day. So
that's why pie comes in there, huh?
That's right. And Val, how about the number for the day?
That would be 900 million. And that is the emojis that are sent on Facebook Messenger every single day.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think I know somebody that sends half of those.
They're all pictures of food.
Why do one emoji when 4 will work better?
That's exactly right. All right, we're going to wrap up our day with that thing we always do, cook you some breakfast.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, here we go. Always start off the odd news with the news attack. First part true, second part big, fat, dumb joke. And then we move on to wacky but true. And Val gets to kick us off on the news attack.
All right, experts say the banking crisis we're seeing is due to deregulation in 2018. Yeah, it's the worst banking crisis since 2016 when teens were stealing bank tubes for a TikTok challenge.
Thunk. Brandon?
How are you doing on your NCAA tournament picks?
Not well.
Yeah, mine are dropping faster than bank stocks.
Oh, ow. St. Patrick's Day is Friday. That's when my sister honors the patron saint of Guinness.
Engineers from Northwestern University have developed an electronic smart Band-Aid that heals wounds faster. Sounds like the type of game-changing invention that will allow insurance companies to charge us even more.
Yeah, what's that Band-Aid cost?
No kidding.
Brandon.
Researchers say the average kid eats the equivalent of 5,500 sugar cubes a year. My 8-year-old self would call that a rookie year.
Come on, we used to drink Kool-Aid. Pictures and pictures of Kool-Aid.
And I was shocked by my diabetes, testing supplies. Oh, it's me. Yes?
Yeah.
A group of scientists calculated the world's spiders eat more meat than the world's humans, and yet they can stay so slim.
It's protein diet.
Yeah.
They eat more meat than humans? That's terrifying.
It is.
Yeah. Wow. A study found that having children will result in you living longer. Or maybe it will just seem that way. You certainly get gray sooner.
And the last one for Brandon.
A study at Northumbria University found that drinking half a pint of beer could improve your brain power by 20%. The bad news is, as your brain power increases, you remember why you were drinking and start downing a few more pints to forget.
Oh, man, that's how it goes.
Oh, that's not very much, though. Half a pint? We're talking 8 ounces? Come on, now that's a rookie move.
It's not even enough to make Val giggle.
No.
Is that a week? A day?
An hour?
No, it doesn't say.
Hour sounds right.
Is that an hour? Yeah. It doesn't give a time.
All right, we move on to wacky but true. We don't add anything to these stories because the idiots are all self-contained and have done it themselves for us. And let's see, that takes us back to whose turn is it? Brandon's.
All right. Wildlife researchers in Britain said the search for a bird believed to be trapped inside the wall of a home was revealed as a toy. Cleethropes Wildlife Rescue said in a Facebook post that volunteers were dispatched when a resident reported bird sounds were coming from inside the wall of their home. Volunteers were still on their way to the home when the resident called a second time with an update. The cause of the bird sounds that appeared to be coming from inside the wall was a children's toy, a stuffed Hedwig, the pet owl from the Harry Potter series. Yeah, the toy had been making its recorded sounds from underneath the sofa, not inside the wall.
Ooh. And here's what the animal control officer had to say.
I'm picking up a heavy, creepy vibe
here. Sheriff's deputies summoned to a canal on a report of a suspected human hand in the water were able to recover the object and discovered it had once belonged to a mannequin.
Okay.
And what do you say to that?
Touch me, and that hand will never touch anything again.
Or perhaps this.
Can I touch it if I wash my hands first? Especially this one?
Why?
A 41-year-old man in the UK who previously went by the name of Dino Wilson legally changed his name to Fire Exit after it took hold as a family joke. Fire says nobody else has a name that well known, not even Elton John. People are always coming up to me in bars and at parties. They know who I am. The father of 5 says the idea to change his name came to him during the pandemic lockdown. I thought maybe it was during that, time with the Guinness. He admits he did it for comedy, and then when people meet me, they instantly see it's a whole different thing.
Or so he thinks. Here's what most people actually think when they learn his name.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots, too.
His children will probably be idiots, too.
The danger of flip-flops with Brandon Hansen.
Yes, a driver crashed into the Perfect Cut Grooming Spa in Hallandale Beach, Florida. The driver, who is a client of the pet grooming salon, blamed the crash on a slip caused by her flip-flop sandals. The owner and staff were shaken, but grateful that no pets or people were harmed.
Oh, that's a great one. Good story. Wow.
Those must be comfortable shoes. I bet you could walk all day in shoes like that and not feel a thing. I wish I had shoes like that.
Was that creepy?
Was that Forrest?
Yes. In Germany, a guy walked into a gas station, threatened the cashier with a knife, and demanded money. Woman gave him what she had in the register, but he wasn't satisfied because, well, he's German. He decided to wait around for a few more customers to come in and put some money in the till. All of the waiting made him nervous, and he said he really needed a cigarette but didn't have a lighter. The cashier told him she had one in her handbag in the office. While she was in the office, she called the cops. Oh. Hold on. I think I got a good one for this.
There's no smoking in here.
Oh, it's all right, darling. I'm a volunteer fireman.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
All right.
All right. Here's a tip. Should you ever find yourself behind bars, never eat anything prepared by the inmates. 4 Danish prison guards were treated for poisoning after eating a cake laced with drugs that was baked by the prisoners. How stupid can you be?
Here's one of the guards.
Turns out that funny smell was rat poison.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, and back to the last story about the guy who was smoking a cigarette. I had this one.
There were 3 men in a boat with 4 cigarettes and no matches. How did they manage to smoke? They threw 1 cigarette overboard and made the boat a cigarette lighter.
Oh, boy. Oh.
All right, last story, Brandon Hansen.
A guy in the UK trapped the thief who stole his phone by texting a message saying he had won a large sum of money. The man lost the phone when his car was broken into. The thief saw the text message pop up on the locked phone. A second message gave a day, time, and address for claiming the money. When the thief approached the address at the appointed time, he was arrested by police.
That's clever. That's really clever.
That is clever.
I needed to serve somebody legal papers once, and they kept avoiding service. So I talked the judge in, could I send it to registered mail after like 3 attempts and paying people to serve this? And he said, yeah. So I did a fake envelope. And of course it was really thick because it had, these legal papers in it. And on the outside of the envelope, it said Publishers Clearinghouse Pride Awardance Department. So he probably thought he won something from Publishers Clearinghouse, opened it up all excited, and it was legal papers. And then I think he said this.
Oh, you tricked me! No fair!
Oops.
Oops.
Oopsie. That is our show for today. Tomorrow, it's Mr. Big Mike Bentz, and at 8 o'clock, we'll have our governor. Oh, I bet he'd like
Governor?
that. Yeah, our mayor. Governor Greg McCook. At least it'll be somebody important. Count on that. That starts tomorrow at 7:20. Other than that, a big thank you to Mr. Brandon Hanson and my sister Valerie Hunter for getting up early. All right, what's the best part of doing the morning show, Val?
Just talking to you guys and getting to spend the morning with you.
All right. Brandon, best part of the morning show?
The free coffee.
Great. And then just so you guys know, I forgot to start the second part of the show with this, is I did get a text that said the show was so good today, they were taking us in the shower with them.
Oh, man. We have hit the big time, boys.
Yeah, we have.
You missed a spot.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots, too.
Yeah, maybe. It's quite possible. I don't know. All right.
Even if you took us in the shower with you, we couldn't wash your back. I'm sorry.
Maybe tomorrow? Hang in there. Thanks for being with us this morning. It is KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio.
Turns out that funny smell was rat poison.
There's no smoking in here.
Oh, it's all right, darling. I'm a volunteer fireman.
Can I touch it if I wash my hands first? Especially this one?
I'm Micah Hanks, host of the Micah Hanks program, where every week we go in search of the most unusual things that our world has to offer, from unexplained aerial phenomena and ancient